Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We continue reading from Caitanya Caritamita Adi Leela, chapter 11. We are hearing about the associates of Lord Nityananda. And we have been reading the purport to text 41 by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So in this purport, we were hearing about Udarananda Thakur and how he was from the Suvarnavanik family, and how Srila Prabhupada is also from this family. In Saptagram, there is still a temple with a six-armed deity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that was personally worshipped by Srila Udarana Datta Thakur. So six-armed form of Lord Chaitanya, Sadbhuj, is the Sadbhuj form where Lord Chaitanya is showing that his six arms, two arms holding the flute, two arms are holding the bow and arrow, and the two arms are holding the sannyas pot and the sannyas rod, as Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya, all combined in one form, Sadbhuj form. So Lord Chaitanya, he showed this form. On the right side of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a deity of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and on the left side is Gadadhar Prabhu. There are also a Radha Govinda Murti and a Shalagram Shila, and below the throne is a picture of Sri Udarananda Thakur. In front of the temple, there is now a big hall, and in front of the hall is a Madhavi Lata plant. The temple is in a very cool, in a very shady, cool, and nicely situated location. When we returned from America in 1967, the executive committee members of this temple invited us to visit it, and thus we had the opportunity to visit this temple with some American students. So Srila Prabhupada is he's speaking of his personal visit there that he was invited. Formerly in our childhood, we visited this temple with our parents because all the members of the Suvarnavani community enthusiastically take interest in this temple of Udarana Datta Thakur. So since he's in the same family, he's saying since he was a child, he would visit this temple with his parents. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur adds in his Anubhashya, in the Bengali year 1283 AD 1876, a Babaji of the name Nitai Das arranged for a donation of 12 bighas of land, about 4 acres, for the temple where Udarana Datta Thakur worshipped. So then somebody donated this land of 4 acres. The management of the temple later deteriorated, but then in 1306 AD 1899, through the cooperation of the famous Balaram Mullik of Hooghly, who was a sub-judge, and many rich Suvarnavani community members, the management of the temple improved greatly. Not more than 50 years ago, one of the family members of Udarana Datta Thakur, named Jagmohan Dutt, established a wooden murti, statue of Udarana Datta Thakur in the temple. But that murti is no longer there. At present, a picture of Udarana Datta Thakur is worshipped. It is understood, however, that the wooden murti of Udarana Thakur was taken away by Sri Madan Mohan Dutt and is now being worshipped with a Shaligram Shila by Sri Nada. So Prabhupada is just giving us a little history of the temple management. Because it's not long ago. Yeah. He's saying in 1899, so it's not long ago. Udarana Datta Thakur was the manager of the estate of a big zamindar in Naihati, about 1.5 miles north of Katwa. The relics of this royal family are still visible near the Dainhat station. Since Udarana Datta Thakur was the manager of the estate, it was also known as Udaranapur. Udarana Datta Thakur installed Nitai Gaura deities that were later brought to the house of the zamindar, which was known as Vanao Yaripat. Shla Udarna Dutt Thakur remained a householder throughout his life. His father's name was Shrikar Dutt, his mother's name was Bhadravati, and his son's name was Srinivas. So, a small historical sketch of Udarna Dutt Thakur. Acharya Vaishnavananda Bhakti Adhikari Purve Namachila Yana Raghunath Puri. The 27th prominent devotee of Nityananda Prabhu was Acharya Vaishnavananda, a great personality in devotional service. He was formerly known as Raghunath Puri. In the Gaur Ganadesh Dipika 97, it is said that Raghunath Puri was previously very powerful in the 8 mystic successes. He was an incarnation of one of the successes. So Gaur Ganadesh Dipika is saying that Acharya Vaishnavananda, whose name is also Raghunath Puri, is an incarnation of one of the Ashta Siddhi. There are 8 mystic perfections. So he's an incarnation of one of this perfection. Vishnudas Nandana Gangadas Tina Bhai Purveyana Gare Chila Thakur Nitai. Another important devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu was Vishnudas, who had 2 brothers, Nandana and Gangadas. Lord Nityananda Prabhu sometimes stayed at their house. The 3 brothers, Vishnudas, Nandan, and Gangadas, were residents of Navadvip and belonged to the Bhattacharya family, Brahmana family. So this is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is now speaking of Vishnudas and his brothers Nandana and Gangadas, and they were in Navadvip. Both Vishnudas and Gangadas stayed for some time with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. And the Caitanya Bhagavat states that formerly Nityananda Prabhu stayed at their house. So they were personally there with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Lord Chaitanya was there in Jagannath Puri. Nityananda Bhritya Paramananda Upadhyaya Sri Jiva Pandit Nityananda Gunagaya. Paramananda Upadhyaya was Nityananda Prabhu's great servitor. Sri Jiva Pandit glorified the qualities of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Paramananda Upadhyaya was an advanced devotee. His name is mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, where Sri Jiva Pandita is also mentioned as the second son of Ratnagarbha Acharya and a childhood friend of Hadai Oja, the father of Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu, his father's name is Hadai Oja, and his childhood friend is Ratnagarbha Acharya, and his name is mentioned where Sri Jiva Pandit, and Jiva Pandit is his son. Okay, so in Gaur Ganadesh Dipika 169, it is said that Sri Jiva Pandit was formerly the gopi named Indira. So the gopi Indira in Krishna Leela, she has come now in Chaitanya Leela as Sri Jiva Pandit. So that they can have pastimes, no? So they are not coming in female forms, they're coming in the male forms because Lord Chaitanya took sannyas and, it was very strict. So we can see how the gopis are also coming in the male forms to have this association with Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Nityananda, like basically all the Panchatattva. Paramananda Gupta, Krishna Bhakta Mahamati, Purve Yanre Ghare Nityanandera Vasati. The 31st devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu was Paramananda Gupta, who was greatly devoted to Lord Krishna and highly advanced in spiritual consciousness. Formerly, Nityananda Prabhu also resided at his house for some time. Paramananda Gupta composed a prayer to Lord Krishna known as Krishna Stavavali in the Gaur-Ganadesh Dipika 194 and 199. It is stated that he was formerly the gopi named Manjumedha. So Manjumedha gopi has come now in Gaur Leela as Paramananda Gupta. Narayana Krishna Das Ara Manohar Devananda Chari Bhai Nitai Kinkara. The 32nd, 33rd, 34th and 35th prominent devotees were Narayan, Krishna Das, Manohar and Devananda, who always engaged in the service of Lord Nityananda. So they Narayan, Krishna Das, Manohar and Devananda. Oda Krishna Das, Nityananda Prabhu Pran, Nityananda Padavinu, Nahi Jane Aaj. The 36th devotee of Lord Nityananda was Hoda Krishna Das, whose life and soul was Nityananda Prabhu. He was always dedicated to the lotus feet of Nityananda, and he knew no one else but him. So Hoda Krishna Das was so devoted to Lord Nityananda. The residence of Krishna Das Hoda was in Badagachi, which is now in Bangladesh. So he was living in present-day Bangladesh. Nakadi Mukunda Surya Madhava Sridhara Ramananda Vasu Jagannath Mahidhara. Among Lord Nityananda's devotees, Nakadi was the 37th, Mukunda the 38th, Surya the 39th, Madhav the 40th, Sridhar the 41st, Ramananda the 42nd, Jagannath the 43rd, and Mahidhara the 44th. And here Prabhupada is mentioning that Sridhar was the 12th Gopa. We are seeing how the 12 Gopas, cowherd boys, have come as Lord Nityananda's associates. And Sridhar is the 12th Gopa.
So that means some of them are gopis and some are gopas.
That's right. Huh? Yes. Yeah. Srimanta Gokula Das, Hari Harananda, Shivainanda, Avaduta, Paramananda. Srimanta was the 45th, Gokul Das, the 46th, Hari Harananda, the 47th, Shivai, the 48th, Nandai, the 49th, and Parmananda, the 50th. Vasanta Navani Hoda, Gopala Sanatana, Vishnai Haja Jara, Krishna Nanda Sulochana. Vasanta was the 51st, Navani Hoda the 52nd, Gopal the 53rd, Sanatan the 54th, Vishnai the 55th, Krishnananda the 56th, and Sulochana the 57th. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhashya, Navani Hoda appears to have been the same person as Hoda Krishna Das, the son of the king of Badagachi. So we heard that Hoda Krishna Das, he was in Bengal. So Prabhupada is saying it's the same person. He's the son of the king. His father's name was Hari Hoda. One can visit Badagachi by taking the Lal Gola Ghat railway line. Formerly, the Ganges flowed by Badagachi, but now it has become a canal known as the Kali Shira Khal. Near the Mudagacha station is a village known as Shaligram, in which King Krishna Das arranged for the marriage of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, as described in the Bhakti Ratnakar 12th Ved. So Lord Nityananda's marriage was arranged by King Krishna Das. It is sometimes said that Navani Hoda was the son of Raja Krishna Das. His descendants still live in Runkapur, a village near Bahiragachi. They belong to the Dakshina Radhya Kayashta community, but having been reformed as Brahmanas, they still initiated all class. They still initiate all classes of men. So this is a small details about Hoda Krishna Das. Kamsari Sen, Rama Sen, Ramachandra Kaviraj, Govinda Sriranga Mukunda Tina Kaviraj. The 58th great devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu was Kamsari Sen. The 59th was Rama Sen. The 60th was Ramachandra Kaviraj. And the 61st, 62nd, and 63rd were Govinda, Sriranga, and Mukunda, who were all physicians. Sri Ramachandra Kaviraj, the son of Khandavasi Chiranjiva, Sunanda, was a disciple of Srinivas Acharya and the most intimate friend of Narottam Das Thakur, who prayed several times for his association. So Narottam Das Thakur, he has written many bhajans, and in many times he says, Ramachandra Sangam again, Narottama Das. Many times he's praying for the association of Ramchandra Kaviraj. They were very good friends, Narottam Das Thakur and Ramchandra. In fact, Narottam Das Thakur, towards his later life, he and Ramchandra Kaviraj were staying together and doing the preaching. Yeah, so they were really very, very, very good friends. And Ramchandra Kaviraj was a disciple of Srinivas Acharya. What happens is after Lord Chaitanya and most of his associates left, then the work of preaching to propagate the preaching was left to Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, and Shyamananda Pandit. And then they took the books to Bengal under the direction of Jiva Goswami. And then, they were doing more and more preaching. So his youngest brother was Govinda Kaviraj. Srila Jiva Goswami very much appreciated Sri Ramachandra Kaviraj's great devotion to Lord Krishna and therefore gave him the title Kaviraj. Sri Ramachandra Kaviraj, who was perpetually disinterested in family life, greatly assisted in the preaching work of Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur. He resided at first in Srikhanda, but later in the village of Kumarnagar on the bank of the Ganges. So very, very instrumental, very exalted personality. Govinda Kaviraj was the brother of Ramachandra Kaviraj and youngest son of Chiranjiva of Srikhanda. Although at first a Shakta or worshipper of goddess Durga, he was later initiated by Srinivas Acharya Prabhu. Govinda Kaviraj also resided first in Srikhanda and then in Kumarnagar, but later he moved to the village known as Telia Budari on the southern bank of the river Padma. So Ramachandra Kaviraj's brother's name is Govinda Kaviraj. Govinda Kaviraj, initially he was a devotee of Mother Durga, of goddess Durga, but later he became a devotee of Krishna, and he is initiated by Srinivas Acharya. Same, even Ramchandra Kaviraj is initiated by Srinivas Acharya, and his brother Govinda Kaviraj is also initiated by Srinivas Acharya. Since Govinda Kaviraj, the author of two books, Sangita Madhav and Gita-Amrita, was a great Vaishnav Kavi or poet, Srila Jiva Goswami gave him the title Kaviraj. He is described in the Bhakti Ratnakar 9th wave. So this title of Kaviraj is given to both the brothers by Srila Jiva Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Kamsari Sen was formerly Ratnavali in Raj, as described in Gaur Ganadesh Tipika 194 and 200. Kamsari Sen, that's Ratnavali. She's a gopi. And Kamsari Sen was the 58th great devotee of Lord Nityananda. Pitambara Madhavacharya Dasa Damodar Shankara Mukunda Jnana Dasa Manohar. Among the devotees of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Pitambar was the 64th, Madhavacharya the 65th, Damodar Das the 66th, Shankara the 67th, Mukunda the 68th, Gyandas the 69th, and Manohar the 70th. So these are the names of the intimate associates of Lord Nityananda. Nartaka Gopal Ramabhadra Gauranga Das Nishima Chaitanya Minaketana Ramadas. The dancer Gopal was the 71st, Ramabhadra the 72nd, Gauranga Das the 73rd, Nishima Chaitanya the 74th, and Minaketana Ramdas the 75th. The Gaur Gaunadesh Dipika 68 describes Minaketan Ramdas as an incarnation of Sankarshan. So Sankarshan, he is come as Minaketan Ramdas. Yeah. Vrindavan Das Narayani Ranandana Chaitanya Mangalyeno Karila Rachana. Vrindavan Das Thakur, the son of Srimati Narayani, composed Sri Chaitanya Mangal, later known as Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, he is known as the Vyasadev of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. He recorded Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in a book called Chaitanya Mangal, and later another devotee also named his book Chaitanya Mangal. So this book was changed to Caitanya Bhagavat. And Vrindavan Das Thakur's mother's name is Narayani. She is the niece of Srivas Pandit, who is one of the members of the Panchatattva. Bhagavata Krishna Leela Varnila Ved Vyas Chaitanya Leela Te Vyas Vrindavan Das. Srila Vyasadev described the pastimes of Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Vyas of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Vrindavan Das. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur was an incarnation of Ved Vyas and also a friendly cowherd boy named Kusumapida in Krishna Leela. So Vrindavan Das Thakur not only is an incarnation of Ved Vyas but also of a cowherd boy whose name is Kusumapida. In other words, the author of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, the son of Srivas Thakur's niece Narayani, was a combined incarnation of Ved Vyas and the cowherd boy Kusumapida. There is a descriptive statement by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his commentary on Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, giving the biographical details of the life of Vrindavan Das Thakur. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, he has given details of the life of Vrindavan Das Thakur. Sarva Shakha Shreshta Virabhadra Gosai Tanra Upashaka Yata Tara Antanai. Among all the branches of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Virabhadra Gosai was the topmost. His sub-branches were unlimited. Sorry, can you just give me a moment, please? Sorry about this. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. So Virabhadra Gosai, there's one of the branches of Nityananda Prabhu. Ananta Nityananda Gana Ke Karu Ganana Atma Pavitrata Hetu Likhilan Kata Jana. No one can count the unlimited followers of Nityananda Prabhu. I have mentioned some of them just for my self-purification. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying there's so many followers of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. He's just mentioning a few of them, that also for his purification. Because by speaking about such exalted personalities, just by hearing about such exalted personalities, we get great, great spiritual benefit, great purification. So Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying, I've just written about them for my own purification. E sarva shakha purna pakva prema phale, yare dekhe tare diya bhasha ila sakale. All these branches, the devotees of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, being full of ripened fruits of love of Krishna, distributed these fruits to all they met, flooding them with love of Krishna. So they all exalted personalities. We can see they're gopas, gopis, and even if not, they're really exalted, really, really exalted personalities. All of them have love of Krishna, and what are they doing? They're distributing this love to everyone, flooding. They're flooding everyone, everywhere, with love of Krishna. This is the mercy of Gaur Nitai. This is the mercy of the Panchatattva. Anargala prema sabar, chesta anargala, prema dite, Krishna dite, dare mahabala. All these devotees had unlimited strength to deliver unobstructed, unceasing love of Krishna. By their own strength, they could offer anyone Krishna and love of Krishna. So they're such great personalities that they can give Krishna prema to anyone. Krishna does not give his love to anyone. But his devotees, what they are doing, they're freely giving his love away. Krishna is very careful. When he comes, he personally never gives his love. Why? Because he becomes under the control of the devotee. He has to serve the devotee, he has to take care of the devotee. So he does not give. But we can see these great devotees, what they are doing, they are giving everyone, flooding everywhere, Krishna prema. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung, Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite para, tomara shakati ache. In this song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes that a pure Vaishnava, as the proprietor of Krishna and love of Krishna, can deliver both to anyone and everyone he likes. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that a Vaishnava, exalted personality, of pure devotee, pure, he has Krishna prema, and he has Krishna and he has Krishna prema. He can give others. Therefore, to get Krishna and love of Krishna, one must seek the mercy of pure devotees. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also says, Yasya prasadad bhagavad prasado, Yasya prasadad nagati kutopi. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one is blessed by the mercy of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. So how can we get Krishna, love of Krishna? From the pure devotee, because they have it. So when they are merciful to us, they can give us Krishna and Krishna prema. Okay. By the grace of a Vaishnava or bona fide spiritual master, one can get both love of Godhead, Krishna, and Krishna himself. This is the glory of the devotee. This is how Krishna is. Krishna is he has so much love for the devotee, for his pure devotee, that he's ready, that his pure devotee wants to give love of Krishna to someone, and Krishna is, whoever you want to. This is the sweet loving relationship. Otherwise, Krishna does not give his love easily to anyone. But whoever his pure devotee wants can give Krishna to others. Krishna says, I'm the property of my pure devotees. And so they can give me to anyone they like. And this is what here we are seeing by the associates of the Panchatattva, that they are exalted devotees, they are pure Vaishnavas, and they are giving freely Krishna prema to anyone and everyone. So we'll stop here for today. Thank you so much for listening and joining in. Caitaniya Caritamita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.